found out I qualified, it was just absolutely buzzing. It was such a intense feeling to know that you're going to be fishing in one of these big massive finals, especially like Fish O Mania. It's, it's on TV and everything. It's a lot of pressure on you. It's absolutely amazing, to be honest, for the top of the world. Going up to practicing, I mean, I had two brilliant people with me. I had Rob Brennan and Richie Hill. Richie Hill was also in the final, and we just sort of bounced ideas off each other. Going up practicing, I went up every single time I could. We spent a week solid here, a week before the final. And we learnt so much. We learnt that waggler fishing and pole shallow were the main two methods that we was going to use. The feeder early on in practice was working. When we come back up a week after, we just kept getting plagued by little roach and little stocky fish, so we threw that out the window and just concentrated on pole shallow and waggler fishing. Going on to the draw the night before, it was a real buzz. I was really excited. Really was hoping I'd get the peg I wanted. And to actually get the peg I wanted was it's just such an amazing feeling to know you've got a chance. That's all I wanted in the draw, was just to draw a peg where I got a chance, and to actually get the peg, the exact peg that I wanted, was just amazing. It was such an amazing feeling. Going on to the day, I actually sat down in my box. I was really nervous, to be honest, before setting up and talking to my bank runner Adam Rumble. But once I actually got down in the box and started fishing, the nerves sort of settled, and I could actually concentrate on my fishing then. And it was just a fantastic day. Really enjoyed it. It was something that I'll never forget. It was such. In your head, you're always thinking, oh, somebody can catch a couple of big fish and come back, but sort of going into the last hour, I knew I'd done enough to win, and it was just a mad feeling. It was weird to actually win one of the biggest competitions that in match fishing, and something that you always wanted to do, and to actually achieve my dream is, especially at my age as well, is just amazing. Such an amazing feeling. We went out on the night with my mates from back home. We had a nice night. When I had a few beers. Obviously I didn't get back in that following morning till about 6 o'clock in the morning. Felt a bit rough for the next few days, but it was well worth it. Got into fishing through my next door neighbour. Used to go fishing quite a lot. I used to go carp fishing quite a lot. And I used to go with my cousin. We used to go to the local parks quite a lot. Just pleasure fishing. Started fishing canals, got into canal fishing. I used to get my mum to take me actually on the canals. Used to pester her quite a lot. So we got into canal fishing. Started going into local tackle shops, looking at clubs I could join. Started going on a few club matches, mainly on canals and odd commercials. And it progressed from there. Started getting, winning quite a few club matches, and then I started going to Tunnel Barn, and it's a venue for me that it just suited my fishing. Obviously, coming off from canals, going on to Snake Lakes, it was somewhere where I just got really in tune with. Won quite a lot of matches there. Met a guy called Stuart Polser, and I can't thank Stuart enough. He's learnt me so much over the years. His knowledge of fishing is just phenomenal. He's somebody that I think don't get enough recognition as they should, really. He's a fantastic angler. He wins every week, wins every single week. Every time he goes out, he wins. He's a fantastic angler, and he learnt me so much. And then I started going to Whiteacres quite a lot. Met Richie Hull and progressed on from there. Me and Richie are really good pals, and we bounce ideas off each other all the time. I just want to get better. That's all I wanted to do was just get better and better. And obviously to win Fish O Mania was just massive. It was a really great feeling for me. As far as my career, obviously I left college, started working part-time in a few tackle shops local to me, just obviously cleaning bait, sweeping floors, this, that and the other. And I went actually to go to college to train to be an electrician. And by chance, I went into Foster's of Birmingham. One of my mates used to work there. Got talking to him, and he actually mentioned that there was a job going. And I said, "Oh, that would be brilliant to work there." Went for an interview, got the job, and working there is massive. It's really, really nice to be in and around something you love. It's a great shop, and I've learnt loads from there. Obviously, talking to people in the shop, learning. You got people like Paul Downs that work there. He's a fantastic angler. You just learn so much being in and around fishing all the time. I'd advise him to just to keep trying, keep going. I'd definitely pick a venue that suits you and that a lot of good anglers go to. Because the way I see it is, the only way you learn is off better anglers, and you know, to be the best, you've got to go and fish with the best. So definitely pick a venue, start getting into the grips of fishing, learning quite a lot off the local anglers there. And obviously, if you go somewhere that's got very good anglers, sit behind them. Go sit behind them. That's what I used to do. Go sit behind somebody that catches loads of fish, learn off them, and then you'll just progress and get better and better. And then obviously you can go into these sort of matches, and you can obviously win it one day. I think the bigger matches are brilliant. At the end of the day, the more money we can get back into fishing, it just betters the sport in a whole. As far as people knocking the events, I'd never knock an event, because I know obviously how much you have to put into the event to run it. So I'd never knock an event. And as far as like no shows and stuff like that, it's really hard to have an event that sells out constantly all the time. You'll always have people not turn up. Thing is as well, there's that many events now, a lot of them all clash, so maybe a bit of the organiser's side to talk to each other and try and get dates that don't clash would be better. You probably find that a lot of them won't be sold out then. I just like to carry on going fishing. Main thing for me is just to keep getting better. Anything that I'm not happy with in my fishing, I just want to keep going, trying that method, trying that style of fishing until I've got it sussed. As far as what's next, I mean, I'd love to win this again. I'd love to match this, but something that I really want is a Whiteacres Festival. To me, that is probably the hardest thing to win, is a Whiteacres Festival. Not only because you've got different days, you've got Porth obviously, which is, you know, silverfish fishing, little skimmers. You've got to be quite good at natural type fishing. So for me, a Whiteacres Festival, I'd love to win one of them. I really want to have a crack at river fishing. It's something I would always like to do. So this year I'm going to sort of change my ways a little bit. I'm going to go to Shrewsbury quite a lot this year, start getting into river fishing. It's something that I think will really help me for when I go down to Whiteacres, you know, like the Porth side of it, being, you know, natural type fishing, roach and etc. Something that I'd really like to do, and no doubt it'll help me massively on commercials as well. Because I don't think carp and F1s are that too far away from roach. You just got to step up your line, etc. So learning feeding and stuff like that from river fishing, I think will definitely help. Obviously I've brought myself a new van, treated myself a bit to a new van. I'm going on holiday next year. As far as the rest of the money, I think I put away quite a lot of it until I'm a bit more sensible to use it. Obviously looking at buying a house, so a lot of it will go to that. It's great to have a company that you already use a lot of their products approach you to be sponsored, because for me, I don't want to be sponsored by somebody that I'm not confident in using their gear. And for me, Garbolino, like the poles are absolutely fantastic, rods are brilliant. I've just got so much confidence in the gear that it was just a perfect thing for me to get approached by them. And I was well happy when Darren offered me a sponsorship. It was brilliant.